Me, please.
All right, welcome everybody. I am Christy Cooper and I will be the camp director for our 2025 summer camp. Looks like right now I'd like to introduce some of our staff. I guess a little bit about me though. I've been up at camp for the last 5 years, helping with summer camp in different capacities as assistant camp director, business manager. So pretty excited this year to be up there again. And let's see, our team we have online here. We have Wes Sherman, who will be our business manager this year.
Howdy.
We have Kathy Lowell, who will be our handicraft director. Looks like in the background there, do we have Rain?
Yep.
There we go. She is our heritage director.
Pipsico summer camp soon.
Okay.
I think that is it with our leadership team on here. All right.
Oh, Wendy, just face the right direction.
Okay. All right. As with all meetings, we should start with a safety moment. So Wes Sherman is going to kick us off with our safety moment.
Sure thing. Christy, are you gonna share the PowerPoint?
It should be up. Can everybody see the PowerPoint?
I can
Oh,
see it.
Oh, sorry, I got 4 billion tabs.
Yes.
All right. This meeting, we're going to take the opportunity to kind of do a quick review on travel to camp, as that's something that is coming up in the near future. It is to be noted that motor vehicle accidents can lead to serious injury and even fatalities, not only for the driver, but for the passengers and others on the road. The excitement of traveling to camp, coupled with the noise and enthusiasm of scouts we are transporting, can lead to distracted driving. In addition, a departing camp after a successful but long and tiring week can also lead to drowsy driving. I will note that that is one of the leading causes of injury outside of the minor first aid cuts and so forth is traffic accidents to and from scouting events. General guidelines, review the Guide to Safe Scouting section on transportation, remembering that driving time is limited to a maximum of 10 hours in one 24-hour period, regardless of the number of drivers available. So even if you're tagging out, is anybody here more than 10 hours away from Pipsico?
No.
Okay, that's a pretty long trip, so thankfully we don't have to worry about that. But if you were, it would be appropriate to find a place to stay overnight, partially through the trip. You want to participate in the Risk Zone Transport Scout Safely training as part of the pre-camp preparations. That's one of the online trainings that's available in my.scouting. Review scouting safety moments on this important topic during the camp sessions. We will generally do some reviews of that kind of thing. Encourage leaders to participate in the nap on safely during camp sessions.
That's about ready to be cooked on.
Mute people.
Nap on safely, though it is comedically named, it is actually got some good information on how to successfully manage drowsiness on camping and other outings. Schedule camp departures appropriately. Leaving late at the end of a long day can lead to motor vehicle accidents. I do know we have some units that tend to try to sneak out Friday night after a long day of program. That is something that we do discourage. Limited distractions, especially use of mobile phones, hands-free, have your navigator, the guy in the shotgun seat there, handling most of that for you, and to stop driving if you feel tired. It's better to arrive late than not at all. I think that will handle that.
Awesome. Thank you, Wes, for sharing that with us. We know a lot of you are driving from a little bit away, so we want everybody to get there safely. All right, getting right into it. Summer camp. It's a great experiment in communal living. So there's a lot of things that kind of come with that. We expect our staff to be respectful of that, as well as we are encouraging you as well. Just a reminder that camp is to supplement the unit programming. So we are not there for unit programming. Some of the things we are still going to look at you guys to make sure your unit is doing what they need. We will provide the program during the day. But again, we are just a supplement to your unit programming. We are going to give the benefit of the doubt. We know all people have good intentions when they're at scout camp, and so we're going to give you the benefit of the doubt that nothing was intentional, but things happen, and we ask the unit leadership to help us monitor what is going on, because we're going to work together to do this. We want a safe environment. We want everybody to come to summer camp and have a great time. So we are asking you to as well pitch in. At the shower houses, if you know that you have scouts that need to be maybe supervised while they're there, then we're asking you to do so. We don't want issues to come up and then realize that, oh, somebody should have been up there with the scouts. We give grace. We ask you to give us grace as well as we're going to give you grace. If something arises, though, don't hesitate to let us know that if there's something that we need to do. Nothing is worse than, you get to the end of camp and we realize there was something we could have done to have made your experience better, but we didn't know about it. So please let us know, because we do know that everything is good intentions. Nothing is usually intentional. So it all kind of wraps back together. It's a communal living environment, and we're hoping to all get along together. All right, the Scouters Code of Conduct. I know we don't always want to have to cover this, but we want to make sure that we know that it applies to all Scouters at camp. This includes our Scouts and our Scouters, to follow the Code of Conduct. And it is out there on the website at scouting.org. But a few highlights that we want to cover. There are no form of sexual conduct will be engaged while you're at scouting events. That will lead to immediate dismissal. Will not possess, distribute, transport, consume any alcoholic beverages, controlled substances, including marijuana. Do not bring your personal firearms to camp. They are not allowed. No fireworks or explosives. And pornography or materials containing words or images inconsistent with the scouting will lead to immediate dismissal. So let's all do our best to make sure none of this occurs, because we want everybody to come there and leave there at the end of the week when you had planned on. Obviously, if you have prescription medication, if you keep it in your campsite, if anything needs to be refrigerated, that can be kept at the med lodge. But make sure that all of our scouts are taking medication, that they can still be safe in any of their merit badges that they're attending. We want everybody to stay safe during the week. Tenting at Pipsico. So when we do our campsite selection, which you will find out when you arrive at camp what campsite you have, we assume 2 people per tent. You can bring your own tent if you feel that you want to be in a tent alone, but we do our site assignments based off of 2 people in tent. Things to keep in mind, though, the age ranges. We're leaving that up to you to monitor, because we do not know all the age ranges of your scouts. No more than 2 years apart for youth. Male youth, camp with only male youth. Female youth, camp with only female youth. If you're a married couple, you can share a tent. That is the only exception to that rule. And there is all kinds of information out there, as you guys are all scouters, on scouting.org. All the Guide to Safe Scouting rules apply to hammock tent camping. So I won't go over all of that. If you have questions, look in the Guide to Safe Scouting. It is all on there. As you well know, we cannot put hammocks 15 feet off the ground. That is not going to be an acceptable thing. So make sure if you have youngsters that are camping in a hammock, or adults, please read through that Guide to Safe Scouting. Checking in. So you are going to be getting a pre-camp packet. We are mailing those out next week. Please read through the materials in the packet. There's different color pages, and it explains it all very clearly. There will be buddy tags in the packet. We send those ahead of time to save us time at check-in, so that you guys can get to your campsites as quick as possible. There's going to be a white buddy tag and one with a black ring around it. You need one of each of those for every scout. And there's an instruction sheet to tell you exactly how it needs to be filled out. So please fill those out and bring them to check in with you. If you have specialty meal requests, we've gotten a few. We'll have that in there with those that we currently know of. If somebody's not on that sheet that you thought that was turned in, we probably don't have it. So reach out to us, and that email or that email site will be on that piece of paper. So you don't have to worry about taking notes right now. It's all going to be on there.
Can I ask what the significance of the white and black buddy tags is?
So the black one will be our waterfront tag, and the
Okay,
white one will be colored in after you take the swim test, noting, what swim level that they
okay,
are.
that's okay.
Check-in times. We will get those out about the second week of June. It will come from your Black Pug registration. So whoever the POC is, the point of contact is on that, will get your check-in time. We ask you to come at your check-in time. If you come an hour early, we are not guaranteeing, we're pretty much going to say you're not getting in early, because we assign check-in time so that our staff can maintain the control of scouts that are coming in. So you're not sitting and standing around waiting on the medical review or the dining hall talk or the swim check. So please come at your appropriate check-in time. So it's going to be every hour. So just let you know that. And when you come to check in, we only need the Scoutmaster and the SPL at the Burton Center. The rest of your troop can stay in the parking lot. We're going to talk to those two people, and there's a procedure that you go through. And then after you go through that procedure, you're going to go back to your unit, and then we're going to get you rolling on your way into camp. Scoutmasters need to bring all the medical forms up with that check-in process. Please do not have them in the little plastic inserts. They can be in a 3-ring binder if you wish, but don't have them in plastic inserts. We will ask you to remove them before you move further into camp. We just like them stapled together, each individual health form stapled together, and then the medic can quickly look through them. If they're in the plastic sheets, we've got to take the time to take every single one out. So this just speeds it up if you just have them in a nice, neat stack, or a 3-ring binder if you choose, but not in plastic paper savers. Scouts should arrive in swimsuits with towels if you have not done a pre-swim check. Again, in swimsuits and towels, this will move us along quicker. You do not go to your campsite first. So we are trying to get you there as quick as possible, and this will help speed up the time at the pool. And if you have any questions, we will have time at the end to answer any of your questions. So, campsite assignments will be provided at check-in, like I said. You must come to the Burton Center, which is the first building right in camp outside the parking lot, to make this happen. These numbers at the check-in time is based on our final numbers. And so we try and make sure that we have an equal amount during every time slot that we come in. Vehicles are only permitted with a pass. So when you come to the Burton Center and check in, your unit is going to get one pass for vehicles. You can come in and drop off gear. You need to quickly remove your car back to the parking lot. So if you need multiple cars into camp, it's one at a time. One person goes in, drops off, comes out, hands their pass to the next person. We do have the gate man during that time, so you will have to be let in during that time. But just make sure you kind of expedite that and get your vehicles back out of camp and in the parking lot. You are allowed to leave a trailer in the campsite during the week. It cannot be attached to a vehicle, but you can have a trailer. And I know that's in the Black Pug, so if you put that in there, we'll know exactly that you have one. All right, some updates for 2025 on our program. We welcome offers from adult leaders who would like to assist with merit badge counseling. If you have some adult leaders that are interested in doing so, please take this email address, summercamp@pipsicobsa.com, and send us an email and let us know the name of the leader, what merit badge you would like to offer, and what week number you're attending. We love to have our staff have mentors to help them with this. So if you have anybody interested, please let us know. We greatly appreciate it. Pre-swim check. I know I briefly mentioned it as the check-in time. We strongly encourage it. It does make less go through the pool. Not that you don't have to. I do know if you are near Hampton Roads, I know not everybody is. $20, you can get a lane there and you can do your whole unit real quick. If you're doing a swim check at camp, again, I can't stress this enough, arrive in your bathing suits or make sure they have a bag with their suit and towel that they can quickly change into. We don't want you to have to go back to the unit trailer, dig through, find your foot locker, and then come back because it's definitely going to hold your unit up. And again, we want you getting to your campsite just as soon as possible. I did want to mention our Cub family camp this summer. It's a little bit different than we've done in the past. If you would share this with your packs in your area, the theme is going to be choose your own adventure. It's a little bit different. You can arrive on Friday or Saturday. The price is based off on when you come to camp because the meals in the dining hall are included, but it's based on when you come to camp. You can come Friday, Saturday, it ends on Sunday. But the Saturday programming, it is just that. It's choose your own adventure. We have all the areas of camp. There is the shooting sports. The pool will be open, the climbing tower. We'll have some nature stuff, some handicraft stuff. So all the different areas of camp are open. And it's going to be kind of choose your own because we know sometimes Cub Scouts get tired out quick. And if we assign you every area, you might not want one of those. So we're kind of letting you choose your own adventure this year. So please share that with your packs. If you have that, we'd love to see them for the Cub Family Camp, which is after our Scouts BSA resident camp is over. Just some key resources, our leader's guide, everything is on the Pipsico BSA website. Merit badge info is out there as well. We had almost all the merit badges filled up and done within the first about 10 minutes of merit badge sign up. So everybody did a great job. All right, I'm going to stop sharing here because that was the bulk of the information we wanted to get out. Kind of covers all the basics of what camp is going to be about. And we will now open it up to your questions that maybe we have not answered yet. Chris, go ahead.
Hi, thank you. Who should we contact for questions about merit badge prerequisites? I sent them all out to the scouts, and some of the parents are saying that they're not sure about certain prerequisites because, for example, for emergency preparedness, it's saying do 8B and bring a picture and list of contents to camp. And they said that doesn't seem to make sense given what the new requirements for 8B is in that merit badge. I guess some of the merit badges have revised requirements this year. But anyway, who should I contact about that?
So great question. I don't know 8B right off the top of my head.
Yeah, of course. Sorry, I didn't mean I got too much
That's
detail.
okay.
Yeah.
Feel free to send them to me. Wes, can you put my email in the chat?
Sure, will do.
Christy.cooper@scouting.org. I might not have the answer right then, but I will make sure, and our program director is not on here tonight.
Okay.
I will make sure that we find those answers for whatever one. Just make sure you let me know what ones you're questioning, and we'll get that right back to you.
Okay, great.
If there
Thank you.
was, yeah, if there was an update that occurred after the program guide was published, there's a possibility that the numbers need to be updated.
Correct.
There is a question in the chat. What are some of the medical form showstoppers?
We will handle those on a case-by-case basis. If you have something, again, email me. I will share it with our medic and we'll get the answers and we'll probably connect the two and let the medic kind of talk through that and make sure everybody's comfortable.
If you got a question ahead of time on anything specific, if you email us ahead of time, we could help address it before it's an issue. I'm going to say the biggest showstopper we're going to run into is if you show up without a C completed. That is going to be an absolute showstopper.
Absolutely will. You have to have A, B, and C signed by a medical professional.
Cyber Chit is a prerequisite, but I believe it was retired in 2023. Can you confirm? That is an ongoing issue we're having with National. Hold on. I think there was an alternative thing put out, but I don't know if they even updated the requirements.
You know, we won't tie up right now. We will get that and I will put that back out in an email to everybody on the cyber chip.
Okay, fair enough. Is there a dietary restriction form online?
Yes, there is. Right there at the Pipsico BSA. It's actually in Black Pug as well. It's a one pager. And it asks you what week you are and what your dietary restrictions are.
Yep.
And it tells you to send it back to the Pipsico email address as well. And that when you send that back, it actually hits several of us. It all comes to several of us. So more than one person does get that. Individual. That is done on an individual basis. And there are some questions on the form that are very specific to each individuals. Ask for their name, their unit number. And actually, when you get to camp, and if there's something big on the dietary, let me see if Miss Lisa's in here first. I do not
No,
see her.
unfortunately not.
When she gets it back, if there's really some big questions, she will reach out to you directly. So make sure a phone number is on there of who can answer her questions if she has any for you. And then when you get to camp on that Sunday, part of your check-in process is a dining hall talk. And if there are dietary restrictions, she usually individually talks to all those people to ensure she understands what your restrictions are and that we can make sure you're safe during your eating experience.
Yep.
And Miss Lisa does have, if you've not been to us before, our food, I will say, is some of the best food. So I don't think you'll go away hungry while you're there.
Yeah. My troop is participating in scuba program. We have an extra adult that would like to come. Is there availability to bring in other adults?
In the scuba specifically, was
I
that the question?
believe so. We have an extra adult that would like to come. Is the availability to bring another adult?
This leader on here, can you clarify that for me?
John Robinson.
Yes, ma'am. We have another adult that we were wanting to get signed up for the scuba program, but we weren't able to, we haven't gotten a call back to our queries about if there's any availability. We're going to be coming on the week of 13 to 19 July. We just want to make sure, we want to see if we can add an adult to our roster.
Do you want to just email you, Christy?
Yes.
And we'll.
What's the email?
Hang on.
We have
What
emailed,
is your
but
email? John, what is your email?
well, I'm actually using John's account, but my email
Okay.
is because I'm actually Shane, but my email is Shane Hendren, ShaneHendren @hotmail.com.
All right, I will email you that answer. I need to
Okay.
look at our registration for that week and see what we got. What unit number are you?
We're 342.
342. I will have you an answer by morning.
All right.
Excellent. Thank you, ma'am.
Do all merit badges wrap up on Thursday?
Merit badges do not wrap up on Thursday. Merit badges go through Friday at 5 o'clock. We cannot guarantee anybody if they leave before Friday at 5 o'clock that they will have a completion. If you have a situation that you need, you can talk with a merit badge counselor. We do not want to shortchange anybody. So I cannot guarantee any completions if you leave before Friday.
How often do more slots open up later in merit badge classes? We have some scouts that did not get into their get to their top choice. For example, shotgun. They're now asking how likely it might be to get into it later.
That will be a week of camp if you have some scouts that don't show up. Sometimes scouts switch merit badges. Maybe they weren't really thinking. Can't guarantee anything, but it definitely happens.
Can I ask how the merit badge process is, how that takes place, like Friday night? Like, do you guys still use blue cards or is it all digital now? Like,
We do not use blue cards. It is
Okay.
all digital through Black Pug, which prints
Okay.
out. There's a piece in there that actually prints out. If you put blue paper in your printer when you print it out, it's going to look like a blue card.
yeah, I'm not, like, we don't use them anymore either. I just
Okay.
didn't know, like, it's been a few years since I've been to Pipsico, so.
So there is a download option on Black Pug that will go
Okay.
right into several different platforms. And so the way we do it, our merit badge counselors diligently work Friday evening to make sure everything is in there. So Friday evening, if you go in towards later in the evening, we have closing
Yeah.
campfire. We want you to be a part of that. You can see exactly anything that's maybe out there. So if somebody has a partial, You can
Yeah.
come on Saturday morning before you leave camp, ask questions, and we can try and clear it up before you leave camp. Throughout the
Okay.
week, our merit badge counselors try and update things as they go. So you can watch that. You can find out if a scout missed a merit badge. Maybe they've missed 2 days of merit badges and you thought they were there. So you can actually monitor it all week long. We
Okay.
update it every day the best we can.
Yeah, and so do troops have to share campsites at all ever, or?
Yes, it depends on
Yes.
the size of the units. We have some small units and obviously we will put them with another unit.
Yeah, so I think that's what we encountered last time we were there. And a lot of the scouts ended up in a metal building, and really, it was really a hot week. And I just like, is there any way around that happen? You know, how do you guys determine that? Because like, I don't want to see kids in that like having a camp. There wasn't enough tents to go around, so they had a lot of them had to stay in a metal building in like 95-degree heat, and so it wasn't a very good situation for the scouts.
We should not have any issues with that at this point. We have new tents, we have new platforms. We make sure on Sunday when you get there that everybody has a tent to sleep in. We have actually an extra crew on Sundays to make sure that everybody gets the accommodations that they need. But we do stress that we assign it based off of 2 scouts per tent. So make sure you know that that's a thing. Should not have that issue.
Please
So you
confirm.
said the second week in June, that's when we'll be able to find out when, like, what our campsite is.
No, second week in June, you'll find out what time your check-in, what time
Oh,
we
the
need
check.
you at camp.
Okay. Okay.
You will find out what campsite you have when you get it at the check-in.
Yeah. So what if we're not happy with our campsite? Like, how does that work?
All of our campsites are pretty nice. We try the best for those who need electrical. We only have certain campsites that have electricity. So sometimes that dictates it. And we try to do the best to make sure everybody has a good experience.
Okay. I just
So you
think
can talk with
last
our
time we came
commissioner.
in, it had been like very rainy down in that area, and we got put into a swampy area, and we ended up moving. So I just, I just want to make sure that we have options. If we get there and we don't like, the campsite, then
We'll do our best to make sure you have a great time there. You can work with our commissioner team. We have some great commissioners that will do their best to make sure everybody is safe and happy.
yeah. I mean, do you have a count on for? I think it's week 3, July 6th through 12th, of like how many people are going to be there, or how many units are going to be there for that week, or?
I do, and you will not have any issues.
Okay. Okay,
Week
that's
three
good.
is got a
Good
lot
to
of
hear.
space.
Yeah.
Please confirm only the camping A, B, and C form is
I think
needed.
that's all the questions I have. Like,
All right. Thank you, Tom.
Yep.
yeah, thanks.
Please confirm that only the ABC form is needed. Last year, our troop was blindsided about a last-minute camp unique medical form.
We do not have anything besides A, B, and C.
Yep, standard national form. If a scout would like to take a first period merit badge, are they able to still take basketry?
Yes. Basketry is a kind of, oh,
First
Kathy, would you like to
period.
answer? Sorry, we do have our handicraft person in here.
Okay, so here's how it works for basketry. Although it says in the guide, show up, it kind of looks like it's first period. That's not at all how it happens. It's a self-study. We're going to get your scout started. We're going to go through the information they wouldn't necessarily know about types of baskets and how to put them together. So what we're going to do is we're going to tell you, you want to send your scouts to the trading post to get a basketry kit, and then they're going to come and see us, siesta time, Monday and or Tuesday. And we are going to work with them. We're going to send them back to the unit with a 5-gallon bucket to put their reeds in to keep them soft. We'll get them started, and we'll be available to look at those baskets throughout the week to make sure that they're on track and give them more help if they need it. But honestly, most of basketry, there's a little bit of talking, but most of it is just making a basket, and they can do that when they're in the campsite, at night, at lunch. It's a thing that they can do on their own, and we'll just help them get going. And if there's a problem, we're there. But we get them a good start on Monday and Tuesday, and then they are off to the races. They just come and show me that their basket is done. We check them off. I got a tracking sheet like everything else, but it's going to interfere with the other merit badges that they're taking.
Thank you, Kathy.
Are merit badge completions all logged through Black Bug?
Yes.
We are a very small number of scouts coming, and they are split between base camp and PEX. How would that impact check-in or campsite assignments?
It does not impact check-in at all. You will stay as a unit. If you have anybody that's in PEX or Salehampton Roads, they still go with your unit through swim checks, through the dining, through everything. Everybody stays together on those. They might have a different program during the day throughout the week, but in the evening, they're still back with your unit. Can't say the PEX has every evening program with your unit because some nights they are doing other activities, but they will still be there by the end of the evening and sleeping in their tents in your campsite.
Are there other activities for scouts other than merit badges, such as water carnival or game night?
I will let you answer this one, Sherman.
Yes, there's plenty of activities. I believe most of them are outlined in the program guide. There is the much loved Rumble in the Aquadome, which is a camp-wide water activity. I believe Sunshine is working on a Scout Skill Night still currently, correct, Christy?
Correct.
We've got an OA ice cream social. There's pretty much something happening on one level or another almost every single night when it comes to evening activities. So there is no shortage of things that are keeping them busy. Once again, it's up to the unit to decide if they're going to participate in absolutely everything, but it's a good way to run down their energy level so they go to sleep pretty early.
We actually have a couple additional evening things this year. We have some glow in the dark archery shooting. We have some 3D archery. So there's some pretty cool new things that we have not had before. And those are all evening programs.
Is there any additional programs for scouts to participate in after dinner? I.e. chaplain's assistant. I don't believe we have chaplain's aid training on this on anything.
We don't, but we do have an evening where there is a service, and our camp ranger who enjoys doing this piece of it, I'm sure he would love some assistance with that. So let us know when you get to camp and we'll connect the two.
Yep. He's got a master's in theology now.
Yeah, I think he is actually ordained, so he's a great resource.
Just to confirm, bikes are allowed, and what are the requirements if a scout brings one?
Bikes are allowed. You must have a helmet. If you are caught without a helmet, you will be asked to get off the bike, and we will have a conversation. They absolutely are allowed, though.
Additionally, at our camp, it is generally preferred that they do not ride the bike after dark.
Correct.
That it's not for the safety of the rider as much as the safety of the pedestrians that the rider may not be seeing. Is there any awards for our scouts troop to participate in?
Sherman, I'll let you do that one too. So Wes Sherman has been a commissioner at camp, summer camp for us before, so he's a good resource as well.
Yeah. So we've got the Honor Troop and the Honor Patrol awards that the units can work on respectively. There's a list of requirements for that that's going to ensure, going to encourage general participation. Additionally, for adult leaders, there is an award called the Momentoix Mantle, which is a leader award, which has kind of a checklist of things that you go through as well as leaders. And that one we get a little bit silly with. So you'll see what the requirements are there once we figure out what they are ourselves.
Is the Honor Troop Award, is that like a service project kind of award? Like, or do you have an award like that?
There is a service award, a service requirement generally in that award.
Yeah, okay.
But it's also like participate in activities and so forth. It's going to be kind of a shopping list. I'm not sure how we're going to format that this year. Whether it's a point buy or has some hard requirements on specific ones. As to
where would I find that, like at that document at? Like, do I have to wait until I get to camp to be able to see it, or?
You do. Our commissioners will be developing that to make sure that
Okay.
it's fun for your unit, as well as helpful to the camp. So you'll get that at check-in.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll have all week to work on it.
All right. Can you please provide a link to the Leader's Guide again?
I just did that.
Oh, you dropped it in. Is
Yep.
there a Scoutmaster shooting competition?
There is an evening activity that Scoutmasters can be a part of, but it's not necessarily a shooting competition.
How can we get a copy of the info that was briefed? If we're talking about this is going to be recorded and posted to pipsicobsa.com.
Correct.
So you can
And the
watch back
resource
that.
page.
Yeah, under resources.
And if you
Um,
missed, this is our second one. So if you missed the first Scoutmaster Zoom, you can go back and watch it because it is on there already.
Yep.
Give us about 24 hours though to get it uploaded.
So
I just wanted to let
I
you
have
know
a-
that link you provided is error 404.
Maybe I typed it wrong.
Typed it out, you lunatic. When is a Class A required during program? I'll take care of that. So in general, what we advise is this is a program that we provide as an option for your unit. So your unit can choose when they would or would not wear the formal field uniform. I will tell you most of the time that our staff will be in an activity uniform, commonly known as Class B, during the day, and we will wear our Class A or more properly field uniform at dinner and to our opening and closing campfires. Your unit can perform that as well. If you guys decide it's too hot and you don't want to wear the button-up shirt at dinner, that's something that you can decide as a unit.
So I have a question. I'm a fly on the wall on this. I actually got the invite through the email. I signed up my my grandson that I'm the sole custodian of, and so this is his first year in Scouts. I am an Eagle Scout, so I thought it'd be good to get him in it. So I signed him up early, but a bunch of questions are arising for me. So he's not coming with a troop. A bunch of his troop members are going to West Virginia. I signed up early because history tells me if I don't sign up early, I lose a spot. So that being said, will it be hard to place him in another unit if need be? I know when I was in Scouts and I went solo, I went to another unit that had room. So that's the first question. And the second one is about the merit badges. Do these have to be signed up ahead of time or do they get signed up at camp?
So the first answer is he would be a provisional scout. There is a form on our resource page that you need to complete, and it gets his Scoutmaster signature on it. And it also has some, do's and don'ts because we want to make sure if they're there alone, and then we've got to call somebody. We hope disciplinary action doesn't happen, but it goes through all of those good things. And send it back to me or the summer camp at Pipsico. And then we get them with a unit. Like when he gets there, we'll let him know. We'll do the introductions and all of that. So yes. Merit badges, you can sign up on, if he's paid in full, you can go on Blackpug where you registered him, click on his name, update information, and you'll see a little section in there that says merit badges, and you select the merit badges right through there.
Great. Thank you.
If he's first year, he'll probably want to do hucks and all in either the morning or the afternoon.
Yeah, that's our first year camper program.
Correct.
It's a
Yeah,
good
I saw
jumpstart
that and I
program.
appreciate that. That's a great idea.
Are scouts allowed to participate in skits and songs during the campfire?
Sherman, go ahead.
Yes, generally the closing campfire. They're going to want to sign up ahead of time with either the commissioner or the program director. I will see who's orchestrating that this year. And they kind of do a check on the skit to make sure it's scouting appropriate. And we will, yeah, but we're by all means, if they've got some skits they want to do, they could definitely sign up to do that while we're there.
And that sign up sheet will be in the Burton Center all week.
That's generally the funniest part.
You'd be surprised. Okay, so I think we are at the bottom of that list. Is there anything anybody else wants to get out there?
This is Steve, 118 here. This is the first time we're coming to your council, and I have a couple questions there. First one here is for, I guess, flexible on merit badge class changes. Are you flexible within the first day or so to add or change?
Absolutely. There's many different reasons that people sometimes have to make some changes. If you don't pass a swim test and it was required for swimming, a lot of those changes occur. So absolutely. A lot of the swim issues we'll try and clear up Sunday night so that you don't miss anything Monday. But some things happen on Monday and we absolutely can make changes. If it's further into the week and you need to make a change, just keep in mind they might have missed some content, so they might not get a completion, but we will work with you the best we can to make sure if it's available that we can get them in it.
Definitely understood that. The other one is we have our B and G troop, and we are requesting the campus and campsite. Is that an issue?
That is
we
not
the
an
same
issue.
troop?
We
Sounds
just
great.
ask, obviously that you put in the procedures for safe scouting with males and females on different sides with adults between them.
Correct. Cool. And Mr. Fred Everett there, we're willing to host a provisional scout. I've done it before in our own council, but if you want, I just want to toss that out there too. So we'd be
Thank
happy
you.
to support. Yep.
What week are you guys coming?
Well, if he's coming the same week, we're actually the 13th through the 19th. Was that week 4 for
So week 4.
you?
Fred, when is
Yep.
your grandson coming?
Week 1.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. We appreciate the offer.
Yeah.
I appreciate it too. Thank you.
We'll find him a home. That's not
Yeah,
going to be a problem.
we have some home units that are there week 1, so we'll make sure we have him with some folks that we know.
All right.
He's
Is
very
there a-
strong with his law of being friendly. He very easily makes friends, so he won't have a problem.
Excellent.
You should have a good week then.
Excellent.
Is there a general theme for this camp or a theme day?
We do not have a general theme. The only theme that we kind of have would be Wednesday night when we do our Aquadome.
Dome. All right. Once again, we're at the bottom. Any other questions?
Chris, go
Chris?
ahead.
Are there any areas open like during free periods for activities, or is it generally closed? Is everything closed only to merit badge sessions? Like, I don't know, the pool or
So we
certain
do have
waterfront things?
we do have evening programs, and there is evening swims. Those are by sign up certain nights depending. We have things at the shooting range almost every night. Some of them are specifically for merit badge people who couldn't get it done during class, because there are pretty good criteria on some of the shooting sports. Climbing tower is open in the evening. Different nights are different things. So there's definitely stuff to do every night throughout camp. Just depends on what night it is and what's offered. And we will definitely get that all out to you Sunday evening. There will be a Scoutmaster meeting. And we ask you to bring your SPL, and we will let you know everything that's going on, what night, when. Trainings or some adult trainings as well throughout the week, some adult fun as well throughout the week, and we'll let you know what days and times all of that occurs.
Great,
Um,
thanks.
I realize you're going to email in reference to the cyber chit, though. I can't even be marked in Scout Book, so is there going to be a need or not? They're doing some tertiary requirements. There is something that seems to be videos that's going to replace
Kathy has
that,
her
but
hand
we'll-
raised. Kathy, would
Kathy.
you like to answer?
Ran into this last year because we do digital technology through the STEM Center. And what we've got is some personal safety awareness videos. That's what National's posting. So they need to look for instance, for digital technology, they need to do the digital safety, and our photography and movie making scouts will be using the computer. So again, they're going to need that digital safety. So we want to make sure that everybody is prepared to get out there. So this is like, watch the video, have a conversation, write us a note so that we know that your scout knows how to stay safe. That's really our big deal.
I have just dropped the link for the webpage that's hosting those trainings. Once again, National's not been great about replacing that information and all the requirements. I don't know what the delay is on that.
Thank you for that clarification, Kathy. We appreciate it.
Do you need to sign up for mile swim before camp or during? I'll take it if you don't have a question. Typically what Rick does is you pretty much show up bright or possibly even dark and early at the pool at the time that Rick will allow, and you got to show up to a certain number of the sessions. I want to say it's 4 out of 5 days normally.
Yeah, I think it's
But
4
he
out
will-
of 5.
He will clarify that when you do check in, but it's not a sign up ahead of time type deal.
And we do have some that start at the beginning of the week, good intentions. And you don't get up early enough. He is pretty strict on the number you have to attend for in order to get that.
Yeah,
And the swim is on Friday.
Yeah, it's more about the process of building up to it than the actual mile. So can we do a swim test before we arrive? Yes.
100% we prefer for that to happen. It saves time of everybody getting through the pool.
Yep, that's good. If so, that should be good to go. What is the electric policy at Pipsico? I assume that's like availability of electricity. We could generally answer.
I think it said electronic, not electric.
Oh, electronic, excuse me.
Yeah.
We do have Wi-Fi at the Burton Center. We keep it to the adult leadership knowing that password. Other than that, we are leaving it up to the unit to determine what you have. We don't have anything set for your unit to follow. We are letting you have your unit policies and you can proceed accordingly. We are remote, so I'm not saying that everybody will have service, but pretty much you can find service somewhere in camp.
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead, Rain.
I'm sorry.
You
Kevin.
guys are muted. Yeah.
We still can't hear you.
The merit badge sessions.
Can you get a little closer to the mic? We can't hear you very well. Sorry.
Sorry. So in some merit badges, we have come to realize that the kids need to be able to go online. And a good example of that is with the new requirements for Indian lore. We can actually go to the Native American Museum in Washington, D.C. online, and that fulfills a couple of requirements for that merit badge. And in the past, I've had kids show up, scouts that have said, well, they didn't bring them because it's against their troop policy and stuff. It's hard when I don't have access to a computer because I'm sitting in the middle of the woods. I hate to see them not get a merit badge for something that's can easily be handled with today's technology. So if you are agreeable to letting them have access, then we really appreciate that. If not, by the end of the week, I'm going to scramble and find a way to make it happen anyway. So I don't scramble as well as I used to. So
we do have some computers in like our technology lab, so if they need to do some stuff, that is an option that we can make available as needed.
yeah. So
All right.
Thank
Any
you.
other questions? I think we're at the bottom of the list.
And for the adults, if you have to work while you're at camp, we do have a business center area for adults to link up with. We have a few computers in there as well, but there's also a couple of desks where if you need to bring your laptop and work away, we are air conditioned and we have coffee pretty much all day long.
Yeah, the leader workroom has got a really nice tight sealed door and it's really quiet. So quiet. A couple of summers was actually doing my day job in the Burton Center and then doing commissioner stuff there the rest of the time. All right. So once again, I think we're at the bottom of the list. Any other questions, problems, concerns?
Been great questions tonight too, so great job.
Yeah. Okay. I think
Hearing
we're
none.
ready.
Well, we appreciate everybody taking your time tonight to join us. We're pretty excited about having you at camp. We have a great staff. Our entire leadership team will have been there more than a few years. So we have some great leadership going, and we can't wait to see you.
Christy, what was your email again? Was it Christy Cooper at scouting.org?
Christy dot Cooper.
Christy dot,
Yeah.
okay, Christy dot
Yeah.
Cooper at
Or scouting.org.
scouting.org, okay.
Yeah, or william.sherman@scouting.org will